Samuel Green was born in Meredith, New Hampshire in 1796. During his early years, his frequent truancy from school led his parents to believe he was possessed by a demon, resulting in harsh whippings. As a teenager, he embarked on a blacksmith's apprenticeship, but faced more punishment, this time for theft. He was also accused of wrecking the blacksmith's garden, but refused to confess, leading to further lashings and his eventual expulsion from home. In an act of retaliation, Green heartlessly threw the family dog into a well, contaminating the water source and causing substantial expenses for his family. His cruel actions resulted in severe beatings. Not stopping there, Green's vengeful streak led him to slash the neck of the family pig, once again earning him a brutal whipping. Desperate to handle his unruly behavior, Green's family ultimately sent him to live with their friend, Albert Doone, in New Hampton, New Hampshire. Although he briefly attended school, he soon resumed his pattern of skipping classes. A theft of a Jew's heart from a shop led Doone to administer a harsh beating as punishment. Green fled home only to be confronted by his parents, who were informed of the theft and beat him unconscious. Upon returning to Doone's care, Green endured even more brutal punishment, including whippings that left his back skinless. Fueled by anger, Green devised a sinister trap to harm Doone. He rigged an axe and pitchfork in the barn door, intending to harm Doone when he entered. However, his plan only caused minor injuries to Doone, who retaliated by tying Green to the barn door and subjecting him to a severe whipping for his attempted murder. Green's malicious streak persisted as he destroyed a hogshead of cider, stole bushels of corn, and attempted to set Doone's barn ablaze. Predictably, he faced further beatings and whippings at Doone's hand. After several months, Green's strength surpassed Doone's capability to control him, and he was allowed some degree of freedom. It was during this time that he crossed paths with another youth named William Ashe. Green and Ashe made their way to New Hampton, where their paths crossed with that of a traveling salesman named Frank Loomis. Loomis assumed the role of their mentor, imparting to them the dark arts of forging banknotes and executing burglaries on the residents of the affluent, businesses, and banks. During their criminal escapades, a particularly alarming incident occurred when Green, passing by a schoolhouse, recklessly hurled a sizable timber beneath a sleigh carrying innocent children, imperiling their lives. The schoolmaster swiftly confronted the two miscreants, subjecting them to a severe beating as punishment. In a vengeful twist, Green and Ashe later laid an ambush for the schoolmaster, rendering him unconscious with rocks. They then stripped him, bound him, and left him exposed to the elements, hoping he would succumb to the cold. Fortunately, the schoolmaster was discovered in time and managed to survive. Their criminal journeys continued as Green and Ashe ventured through Guilford and Burlington, Vermont. Green briefly enlisted in the army, but subsequently deserted, enduring capture and a flogging as a consequence. He managed to escape to New Hampshire, where he reunited with his family, now a man of considerable wealth due to his counterfeiting endeavors. Green generously purchased a cow for his mother and squandered the remainder of his fortune on luxurious clothing, a horse, jewelry, and extravagant meals. As Green's funds dwindled, he departed for Boston, adopting the role of trusted servant for wealthy men during the day, while surreptitiously robbing their homes of valuables at night. It was during this period that he reconnected with Loomis, who honed his skills in lockpicking and crafting duplicate keys, enabling more efficient break-ins. Together with Ashe, they plundered countless homes and offices. In Bath, New Hampshire, they encountered a jewelry salesman, whom they lured into an ambush as he rode past. They forcibly knocked him from his mule and ruthlessly clubbed him to death to eliminate any potential witnesses. Green proceeded to embark on a ruthless spree throughout New England, committing acts of robbery, murder, and other heinous crimes. Despite multiple incarcerations on suspicion, he managed to secure his release due to insufficient evidence, often with assistance from Ashe. Following a daring jewelry store heist in Montreal, Green found himself pursued by a relentless posse. In the ensuing confrontation, he shot and killed several of the pursuers, but was eventually captured. After a swift trial, Green received a death sentence by hanging. In a dramatic turn of events, Ashe orchestrated his escape, and Green sought refuge in the rugged mountains of New Hampshire. Undeterred, Green resumed his life of crime, burglarizing homes and stores in New York City and Albany. His criminal exploits escalated when he murdered a wealthy French traveler in Middlebury, Vermont. Green's reign of terror encompassed acts of horse theft, burglary, counterfeiting, and murder spanning from Montpelier, Vermont to Schenectady, New York, and from Saco, Maine to Bear, Vermont. He eventually earned the notorious distinction of becoming public enemy number 1, with substantial bounties placed on his head. Green's troubles escalated when he was apprehended for robbing a store in Danvers, Massachusetts, all while inebriated. Subsequently, he faced a conviction for burglary and was handed a daunting 4-year prison sentence. His destination was a correction facility in Boston, where his persistent escape attempts led to the imposition of special shackles and cumbersome clogs designed to impede his mobility. These escape efforts only resulted in the extension of his prison term. Within the confines of the prison, Green discovered that another inmate, Billy Williams, had disclosed his previous escape plan to the authorities, thereby foiling his plot. Upon regaining his freedom from solitary confinement, Green resorted to a nefarious scheme. He attempted to poison Williams by tampering with his food, although Williams remained unscathed by this treacherous act. Tragically, on November 8, 1821, Green unleashed a brutal assault on Williams. Using an iron rod, he viciously fractured Williams' skull, rendering him unconscious. In a ghastly display of brutality, Green continued to bludgeon the defenseless Williams with the iron rod, inflicting grievous wounds that included shattered ribs, arms, and legs. Williams succumbed to his extensive wounds the following week. This heinous act led to Green's conviction for murder, and an execution date was set for April 25, 1822. On the day of reckoning, as he stood on the gallows, Green communicated to the priest that he had nothing to convey to the numerous onlookers assembled. "They shall not know my fate," he declared resolutely. When the priest inquired about his penitence, Green, with the hangman's rope poised, met his gaze with a sardonic smile and retorted, "If you wish."